that's literally the equivalent of her. She was taking out the garbage. She was taking out the garbage. And my man said, well, since you already taking out the garbage, I'm going to cut the bag open. And he just let the garbage spill out on the floor. And now she got to carry each individual piece to the trash can. That's what he did. That's what he did. And he said that he did it because God told him to. Who God? What God? Your God? Not my God. What's up, Solicit Nation? It's your girl, Nikki, and I'm back with another Unsolicited Truth Reaction. Hello if you're new, welcome back if you're not. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below so we can keep this party going. And please, guys, continue to watch the ads, continue to hit the thanks button, continue to subscribe, continue to hit the join button so you can have access to exclusive content, perks, merch, and all the things alike. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm not going to hold this up. I'm going to get into this new JASENA Odell video, Confiding in My Sister, It's Time to Move On. I'm assuming she is doing a little bit of conversating or conversing, because conversating is not a word, conversing with Natalie about her breakup with Brian. Now, so I know a couple of you guys, a decent amount of you guys, a few of you guys, a lot of you guys, sent me Brian's video. And I was going to do a reaction to it, but my instinct, my gut told me, just go watch the first few minutes of the video and see what's popping, what's pop, lock, and dropping. And so I did that. I made it to about 6 minutes. I think the video about 16 minutes long. I watched about 6 minutes of that video and I had to turn it off. I turned it off when he started blaming the audience's perception of him on our own trauma, as if what he did was not traumatic. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not here to dissect the details of their relationship because I have no clue about the details of the relationship. I don't even care about the details of the relationship. All I know is that regardless of what happened in the 8 years they were together, the only part that I care to comment on, and the only part I will continue to comment on, is the fact that when he met her, when they started dating, she was 17 years old and he was 26. Everything after that is negated, if you ask me. I don't give a damn about how you loved each other. I don't care about your attraction to each other. I don't care about how you felt the pull and it was energy and all of this other BS spiritual nonsense that he was talking in that video, and how nobody else was there, and how he don't want to expose her, and whatever she said, if it wasn't said in light and love, then it wasn't her true essence. I don't care about none of that pseudo spiritual nonsense BS that he was spouting. All I want to know is, why did you, at 26 years old, approach a girl who was still in high school? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. That's it. That's it. Beyond that, I don't care about nothing else that happened after that. Whatever happened after that, that's what it is. I want to know. That's the only question that I have. Why would a 26-year-old approach a high schooler? That's all I care about. Everything else beyond that means absolutely nothing to me. I don't care if it was her fault, his fault, she was toxic, he was toxic. None of that BS matters to me. Why did you at 26 years old approach a girl who was 16, 17 years old? That's it. That's it. So I'm not gonna watch that video. That's the only takeaway I got from the first 6 minutes. Like I said, the moment he started blaming other people's perception of him on our own undealt with trauma, I was like, no. Oh, so this is what she went through. So this is what she went through. You think us seeing you as a groomer, when that's literally what you were, is based on our own trauma? And that's why I'm not reacting to that whole video, because I was really getting beside myself. Y'all see how I don't normally get, child, if I do a reaction to that, I would not be able to control what I say. I barely was able to control what I was saying. I wasn't talking to nobody but me. And it was, I just can't. I can't deal with it, so I'm not going to. But I have said, I did say when I watched Jasena's original video about the breakup, I would love to hear what her siblings' thoughts on it were. So I'm going to go ahead and give this video a reaction. As you can see, I already skipped to the part where she's about to do the sit down with Natalie. I just wanted to kind of get to the meat and potatoes of the thing. So I'm not going to hold us up any further. Let's get straight to the video.
Now let's go and see what's up with Nat and Easy. Alright, everybody, I'll be back. I'll be back, okay? You be a good boy.
You don't cage him? I mean, how can you cage a dog that big for real, though?
I'll be back. Love you. Love you, Lily. I love you.
Snip the butt.
Alright, we made it, y'all. It is freezing out here.
It's freezing y'all in LA. 50 degrees.
Gotta take off my shoes, be respectful. Where is everybody? Where are you guys? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sister. Knock, knock. Sissy.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Just doing my hair.
Do you feel like it's been forever since you've seen me? I missed you, sister. Why have you stayed away for so long? I'm just doing my best. Okay, that's what
surviving.
Okay.
Literally, right?
You like
Titties all over the face.
TikTok taught me how to do it.
So cute.
Right?
Did you post a video of you doing it?
Yes, girl.
Ooh, y'all go check it out then. If you want to get your lashes popping.
Pop
You
like
called me the other day with them on, right?
Yeah, I did. But then I ended up taking them off because I put too much sealant, so my eyelashes were like a potato chip. They were so freaking hard.
No, but I remember when you called me, I was like, this is like the best your lashes look.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
Love it too. Let me know if you need me to do yours because I have different sizes on here, as you can see.
Yeah, my eyes are smaller, so we're gonna have to do something a little simpler.
Yeah, we could do the small size. So, sister.
I don't know how y'all be walking around with them big ass lashes on. Them joints seem like they would be a distraction to me, but I guess y'all get used to it. Some of them look cool. Like some of them are decent. And then some of them that would be looking like y'all finna take off if y'all bat your eyes too much.
Up and down. You know, just a mix of emotions. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, at times it feels like a little scary being alone and kind of not knowing what the future holds. You know.
Yeah. Also because like the thing is y'all were together for so long, so that was whole like 8 years of your life. So that was like your normalcy. And I think whenever you end up like when big changes like that happen, it's about finding that normalcy again, you know?
Yeah, well, it's about a new normal. So I 100% agree with Natalie. You got to find a new normal. 8 years of your life dedicated to a relationship. That relationship was her normal, and now she has to again. The part that I always keep harping on, and I know y'all might be getting tired of it, but I just can't, because it's to me, it's the core reason why that relationship was destined to fail to begin with, is that she was not a woman when they entered into the relationship. She became a woman as the relationship progressed, and now she has to understand who this woman is outside of his influence, his manipulation, his love, and just his presence. And that is going to be the most challenging part, I think, of her journey, is discovering who she is without him. What does her own voice sound like? What do her own choices look like? What are her own preferences? Different things like that, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that she made a break, and I'm glad that she broke like permanently, you know what I mean? And I hope that she continues to heal before she goes anywhere near another relationship. I mean, nobody can put a time limit on healing. You can't say, oh, it's too soon, or oh, it's too now you're taking too long. But I just hope that she takes the time that is necessary and designated for a full, complete healing. That's all I can say.
So, you know, you just gotta be patient with yourself and allow
Absolutely.
yourself to find that normalcy again, you know, and understand that that's normal, like everything that you're feeling.
Yeah.
I saw the reel that you made. Oh my God, it made me so emotional. The one where you were like crying and stuff, and that was brave of you to post that.
Yeah, I had like low-key anxiety.
Aww, posting
when I was about to press post, I'm like, oh gosh. Because it's just like, I don't know, like I know when you're posting such vulnerable stuff like that, like you're really opening the door for everyone and anybody
to just be judgmental.
Yeah, to have their own opinions on it, and
it's true.
Yeah, but I literally got so much freaking love and support from that video. Like, it was legit overwhelming. Like, I can't even respond to
there's always going to be, there's always going to be trolls. That's just something you got to deal with. If you're going to do social media influencer or content creator, if you're going to be a person who has a platform, you just got to get used to it. Not everyone is going to love you. Not everyone is going to, agree with you, and that's okay. That's why normally when somebody comes and they disagree with me on my channel, I still love the comment. Y'all know me. I love every comment, whether it's mean, whether it's kind, whether it's agreeing with me, whether it's disagreeing with me, and I just put okay. I'm not going to go back and forth with somebody, because if you come here to argue with me, you'll never get that from me. You can put your opinion. I'll love the comment and just say, okay, I'm not here to disagree with you. I'm not here to agree with you. I'm not here to go back and forth with you. And when you become, when you have a platform like JASENA's, now my platform is not very personal, in the sense that, yeah, y'all know me, but y'all don't know me. Not the way that y'all get to know these people. And I don't know if I'll ever be that person to post the relationship online. That's just how I am. But, if you are gonna if you are gonna post such personal content, then you have to understand that people are going to garner and give their opinions, whether solicited or not.
Like, that's how many people was just being so.
But I'm glad that most everybody gave her nothing but love.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. But honestly, I also thought, like, I was like, wow, this is so brave of her to post this, because, you know, a lot of times we grieve in private. You know? And I just felt like that was just so amazing, because it shows a different side of, you know, us as social media content creators than what I think they usually see, which is just like, oh, the glamorous life and stuff like that. And like, I'm sure that's probably the last thing you felt like doing, is filming that, but it was like almost for other people who may be going through like the same thing, you know?
Yeah. And I definitely put it off long enough. Like, you know, I really avoided acknowledging that whole situation for as long as I felt like I could.
How long? You know? I mean, listen, they were hitting me up. Like, it was a long time that you didn't say anything. So it was just, of course they noticed, I'm sure, like a difference in the fact that it's like, oh, dang, what happened? Like, y'all used to post all the time, and they're not seeing him on your page anymore on YouTube and stuff. So what do you think, like, actually gave you, was it like a fear that made you not post it? And then what made you like actually decide to like come forward and make the video that you made last?
What was her motivation for posting?
It was like 12 months that I had to myself.
Yeah.
You know? And I honestly feel like I'm at the point where I'm just like, okay, like, you can't just sit around being sad. Like, it's time to start like really pouring into yourself, trying to, you know, accomplish goals. Because like I had mentioned to you not long ago, I feel like accomplishing goals is such a big thing in the human experience, in order to just feel proud about yourself.
And that's why you should always have a board or a journal where you keep track of your goals, and don't just write them down and then forget about them. You have to go back and you have to appreciate the goals that you have accomplished. My mom has a goals board, and you know, my family will tell you I'm very good at soaking in the moment. When I accomplish something that I set out to accomplish, I celebrate myself. I celebrate that achievement, and I celebrate the moment. A lot of people don't, man. As soon as they accomplish one goal, they're already looking for the next goal, and that can become tiresome. And it also doesn't allow you to really applaud yourself, and you know, taking that moment to really soak it in, it motivates you to do the next thing, but it also it's a form of self-care and self-love. Enjoy the moment, man. Don't run past it too fast. Don't do that.
100%.
Owe it to yourself. It's a
So
form of
like
self-love.
a big part of my goals is being able to get back on social media and, you know, having a YouTube channel based around myself and my life and my journey and
I feel like
what I
that's
have to offer, my gifts.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's gonna be a huge part of your like your healing process
Yes.
too. Is like almost finding yourself again, because you guys got together at like such a young age that you.
She was young. She was with him at a young age. He was damn near 30.
You didn't really have the chance to find yourself as like an adult, you know,
Yeah,
because
for
your
sure.
part of your adult identity was being with him.
Right. No, for sure.
Her entire adult identity was being with him, not a part of it. I have no, y'all, I have no mercy. I have no mercy for grooming. I don't care how long the relationship lasted. I don't care if they were in love. I don't care if emotionally they were the same age and spiritually they were kindred spirits. I don't care. I have no mercy and I have no sympathy. And her entire identity, because of how impressionable she was and how much age and time and experience he had over her, I call the spade what it was. Her entire adult personality was hinged upon his. That's it. That's what it was. That's what it is.
That's true. That's true.
It wasn't a part.
I mean,
it was a
I
whole.
basically just felt like,
She has to
all right,
find
if I'm gonna
herself
start YouTube
all
again,
over
I
again.
can't just literally start and not acknowledge
Yeah.
everything that happened, especially converting the channel to my own channel.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt like everybody deserved, like, for me to finally acknowledge, you know.
I think that was, like I said, that was very brave, and man, I
It was
was
extremely
like, oh my
brave.
God, I was crying watching it, because I just like, you know, as like your big sister, of course, like my goal has always, you know, I've always been like so protective. So to see, you know, you in so much pain and like going through what you went through, and like not only did what you go through, to see you like in shambles like that, and like the things that he did to you, it's like, it's really hard to even freaking like talk about it, because I just get so upset. And I've even been through my own like experiences of just being so hurt for you, but also hurt for the family, because it was the ultimate betrayal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, no one deserves to go through something to that extent, that amount of betrayal, let alone like you, because I feel like, you know, everyone makes mistakes, but that was like, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, when
I have to say, a lot of people have been bringing this up. A lot of people have been bringing this up. They say, you know, how did Mama Rhonda, how did Josh and Natalie, how did they let this happen? And I need to stop y'all, man. That's a very harsh take, and it's a very judgmental take. First of all, not every family is the same. Second of all, if you pay attention to the time frame, right, of when the relationship started, as far as what we know, because we don't even really know when it all started. Like I said, if they started dating at 17 and she moved in at 18, God knows when it actually started. Because that seems like a hella fast timeline. But I will say this: it seems to me that he was strategic in his approach. He got her right on the cusp of her turning 18. And as much as we want to think that you have control over someone at 18, if she wanted to move out, y'all acting like he did all these things to her while she was under her mother's roof. From what I can tell, they say some people say that he said he waited and didn't kiss her until she's 18. The grooming may have started before she turned 18, but I doubt they understood the level of impact or influence that the whole situation had. And we don't even really know when the family really found out about him. Nobody really understands or knows that. And if you do, how the hell did you find that out? You too much in their business. But either way, I'm gonna say like this. I cut the family slack, and the reason why I cut the family slack is because, one, my family has been through very similar situations twice over. Second of all, once someone turns 18, even if you want to control them, unless you're the type of parent, mother, father, whoever, brother, sister, who doesn't allow someone to live their own life, or you feel like you're going to imprison them, you can't hold them against their will. What are you going to kidnap them? Like what? You know what I mean? Like, she turned 18 and she moved out of the house. What more could the family do aside from voice their discontent? You know what I mean? Like, they can speak out against it, but if she's 18 and living with this dude, what more can we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, my family going through something similar to that. You know what I mean? But it's like, when they over the age of 18, what can you do? You got to let them go out there and figure out for themselves what they want to do. And my mother, this is how my mother always said it to us. She would tell us when she didn't agree with something we did, with the choices we made. But one thing my mother always said is that her home was a safe place for us to land. She was like, I can't stop you from falling, but my house will be a safe place for you to land. This will always be your home. And, you know, I think a lot of times when young adults, you know, start making choices, or teenagers start making choices, like 18 and 19-year-olds, they start making choices, parents want to try to force their hand and be like, no, you still my child, you still this, that, and the third. But if they're moving out and they're deciding to take care of themselves, no, you don't have a say-so anymore. You can voice your opinion, you can voice your discontent, but you don't have the right to control them or to force them in a certain way. And a lot of reasons, the reason why they go out there and they stay out there and their situation goes from bad to worse is because you don't let them come home. They don't have a safe haven. So if they do find themselves in a situation where they need to leave that relationship, where they gonna go? A lot of times they stay because they don't have nowhere else to go. So for me, I don't judge the Odells and look at them as if they were irresponsible or they let JASENA run wild or anything like that. I think that that's a harsh judgment for people who weren't there. You know what I'm saying? And don't know what that family did. You don't know what that family went through to get to the point where they were even able to be around him and they became friends with him and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there was a lot of things that they had to overcome. And in hindsight, I'm certain there were a lot of regrets that they had. But at the end of the day, JASENA had to make her own choices. And they had to respect it regardless of whether or not they agreed with it. So y'all got to back up off that. Where was her mama? Where was Josh? Where was Natalie? This, that, and the third. Would your mama do it? My mama do it? This, that, and the third. It's like, look, shit happens. And sometimes when it's happening in the moment, you wish you could do it, you know, in hindsight it's 2020, but in the moment you feeling it out, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I just can't. The thing that makes me so like upset is because I know how much it how it makes me feel, and I've had freaking panic attacks crying about it, and Easy having to calm me down and just going, you know, crazy. And I'm just can't imagine how you feel because that was your relationship.
Yep.
You know, and, you know, like, all I can do is try to be here for you and talk to you about it whenever, you know, you feel like you're open and talking. And I know sometimes, you know, you just kind of become a little hermit and
that's that Aquarius. Yeah, that's that Aquarius. We like to heal.
Probably a normal part of like the healing process as well. But
we like to heal by ourselves.
Want to talk,
we don't like to let people.
I'm there to hear for you, and I keep manifesting and meditating and praying about like your situation, and that from now on the only type of people you attract to yourself is genuine people, honest people who value you and what you bring to the table and will never do anything so like shameful again.
Thank you. And you know, this is the master manifester right here, y'all, so I don't got nothing to worry about.
I know that's right,
girl. Man,
I know that's
I wish I would have started manifesting on this sooner, because you know.
So like, is that, I did want to ask you, like, what, from your perspective, did you want this breakup to happen? Were you surprised? And like, really how, like,
she definitely was surprised. That's why I smirked.
Feel too, because, you know, he wasn't just part of my life for 8 years. He was also part of your life too. And like you said, it's almost like, you know, with what happened was a betrayal not only to me but to everybody. And so yeah, like,
you know, I feel like it was really a long time coming.
Yeah,
and that's just being honest.
Of
course, I didn't want to see.
I know why I would think that. Obviously, because of the way it started. You know, a situation like that that's so imbalanced, it's doomed from the start. But I want to hear why Natalie thinks so.
Like the heartbreak of like what it would be for you guys to end, but deep down in my heart, there was so many red flags over the past 8 years, with, you know, even the situation that happened with him. Just we don't have to go into details, but the situation with him, Easy and I, you know, that was like such a red flag. And since that happened,
I know y'all be knowing. I know the detectives know there was a situation between Brian, Easy, and Nat. I wonder what that was.
A time ago, like I honestly couldn't look at him the same after that, and I didn't trust him. And but there were multiple things from the time we met him that it was like, I feel like we are the type of family that we are, is we're just like, we try to give people like the benefit of the doubt, and we try to like help people when we see like, okay, this is a little off about this person, or they make bad decisions, or they do this or do that. We try to like not judge them for that and try to just more so be like, okay, like maybe you shouldn't do stuff like this, or maybe it's because of this.
Show them a better way.
Yeah,
be empathetic at the same time.
Everyone's journey is different, and I think that sometimes that can really like backfire on us as a family, and it has, in such a big way because of this whole situation, like trusting people that are close to us. You know what I'm saying? Trusting that the people that we try to see past their freaking ways just kind of end up showing us like, no, this is who I am. This is who I am.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's a relief. It's a sadness for you, because I didn't want this to be the thing that pushed you to the point where you're like, okay, I absolutely can't do this anymore. But it's also a relief, because I've known for a long time that you deserve better than that.
Yep.
And I could see what you would go through behind closed doors. And I just was like, I honestly hated that relationship for you. You know?
Damn.
I love you. I'm so sorry that you're going through this.
Damn,
but
she said
as your big sister, like I knew that this was a part of like your journey, and you know, I would give you your advice whenever you asked for it and stuff. But also, you know, I can try to protect you as much as I can, but I can't force you to. That's right. You know, fall out of love.
And I'm telling, and not just that, like Aquariuses, the way we're built. I know a lot of y'all don't believe in star signs, but there are compatibility, or there are comparable personality traits in people born around the same times, whether you believe in it or not. I don't live my life by it, but it can give you insight in a certain way. And I will tell you that Aquariuses, we are not the type where you can tell us what to do. We have to see it on our own. I have always lived my life like that. You can't tell me, no, don't do that. I'm pretty smart though. Like, I don't have to put my hand on the stove to know that the bitch is hot if I just seen somebody burn themselves. But like, I'm not that dumb. But I'm also not the type of person that if you tell me a situation is not good for me, but I don't get that feeling, I don't sense that, I'm going to still trudge forward. I'm going to move forward. Now, because you did say that, though, I will keep that in the back of my mind as I move forward. And if I do see any red flags, I'm the type where I only need to see one red flag and I'm out. That's where we differ. You see what I'm saying? I'm one of those. I'm a very unforgiving Aquarius in the sense that you only gotta misstep once with me. You only gotta show me your shaky loyalty once You only gotta, question my loyalty once. You only gotta allow outside influence to dictate how you treat me once. I only need to see one red flag, and I only need to see it once, and I'm outie. Don't tempt me with a good time. I barely wanted to be in the fucking friendship or the relationship to begin with, because I prefer my isolation. So that's one thing. So if you show me something that I don't like to see, and I went out of my way to be a friend to you, or I went out of my way to start a relationship with you, or be in a relationship with you, bruh. Oh, that's all I need to see. I'm outie 5,000, bruh.
Money.
And no, that doesn't mean I'm requiring perfection. I'm not talking about I'm not just talking about a mistake. I'm talking about intentional harm and hurt to me. That's what I'm talking about.
And I think that eventually he pushed you to the edge, to the point of like absolutely no return. And like I said, I don't even need to know part of me is grateful that he just really showed who he is, so that he could release you.
Showed the real colors.
And that's what it feels like. It was like a release. Like, okay, you gave it your best shot, and now it's time for you to just focus on yourself. And now you know exactly what you don't want from a relationship.
Yeah. No, it's so true. And like, I feel like when you said release, like I really resonate with that, because I feel like the best way to explain the experience, even though it was so painful leaving that relationship, like the after effect just felt like a bird being released from a cage, to be honest. Wow. Like it did feel very freeing.
I know why the cage
just like being able to finally have that aha moment to be like, okay, I understand why I went through everything that I did to get to this point, to finally be ready to say I'm done and I'm just moving on. It really did feel freeing.
Yeah.
Like a release. So.
Yeah. And I can see that in you, and that's probably why you have your ups and downs. And like at one moment you seem like, wow, this is so good for her. Like I see her, she's flourishing. You're doing like, she's so heavily in your spirituality right now, and like working on yourself. And then some moments you just seem so like, just heavy and burdened. And also like, I feel like that the one fear that I have is that you won't be able to trust again because of that amount of betrayal. I just don't want you to carry the burden that he literally unloaded on you.
It's about balance
for the rest of your life. Balance. And that was honestly the most selfish, disgusting thing that he could do, because it's crazy, because I know that he did it for selfish reasons, even though he's trying to make it seem and try to make it.
Thank you. He talking about he felt a release. No, sir. What you felt was the fact that she was done. She was done. And you felt like, all right then. You know what you know what that's like? That's literally the equivalent of her. She was taking out the garbage. And my man said, well, since you already taken out the garbage, I'm going to cut the bag open. And he just let the garbage spill out on the floor. And now she got to carry each individual piece to the trash can. That's what he did. And he said that he did it because God told him to. Who God? What God? Your God? Not my God. That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. It was like, if it was your dirt, then why didn't you release it to yourself, for yourself, out into the open? Talk to the ocean or to the wind or something. Talk to the rocks and some shit, some sand or something out there at the beach. You know what I'm saying? That you needed to give it to her. You needed to release it to her. She already was hurt. She already had made the decision to leave you. She did not need to know all of the stuff that you had done behind her back and all the people you had betrayed her with. She didn't need to know that. He knew exactly what he was doing. Give a damn what his spiritual intention was. I know what his misogynistic, narcissistic intention was.
It seemed like to you that it was, I'm coming clean. I'm this guy who's just following my what God's telling me to do. Did God tell you to do the dirt that you did to my sister?
Right.
It's okay.
No. Like, let Natalie have her moment.
Told myself that I wouldn't like really get hyped up, so I'm not going to. But you know how protective I am, and like if I was a dude, like it'd be a wrap. Like, no, for real. No, for real.
Nah, it's like that. I feel you now.
You didn't freaking deserve that crap, bro. And it's just the narcissism for me.
That's what
it's
it is.
It's the narcissism for me to pretend that because I told you literally the mile-long dirt that I've done to you.
And think that she was doing it because God said.
Because it's like, oh, because he could see that it was over. So
that's
it's like, oh, now.
Thank you, Nat. Thank you. That's exactly what it was. This man realized that after all the let him go, take him back, let him go, take him back, let him go, take him back, that this was the final time she was releasing his ass. And this narcissistic, evil ass mofo said, all right then. Cool. Here's one to grow with. This man took a dump in her heart. He took a dump on the front porch of her heart and said that God told him to.
I'm going to unload all of this filth onto you so that you can, think about this when you go to sleep at night. So that you can't just so you're not going to have to heal of all of the lies and the things that
he was trying to stifle her healing process.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That was the most selfish thing. And for him to try to now paint the picture, he doesn't even realize how much of a narcissist he is. To try now paint the picture of no, I did it because God's telling me that I have to do this. No, sir. We know why we know why you did that. It was an energy control thing. It was trying to control.
That's exactly
the energy,
what I said too.
Trying to have the upper hand. But thankfully he did that because now you will never look back ever.
Yeah.
And you will end up being with a true king or queen in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Period.
Period.
Big sister mode kicked in.
Don't let me get hyped up because I will really start preaching. Y'all know I'm not. Listen, I don't know if you really, really know, but
ooh. One thing to know about me is I'm a preach.
I'm a preach, and I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm going to, especially when it comes to my family, I don't take that lightly. I don't take people doing dirt on my family and on lightly.
Let me tell you something. The only reason why anybody in my life has been spared is because my family has asked me to spare them. The only reason why I haven't spoken up against the people that have done wrong to my family who are still in my family's life is because my family has asked me to spare them. But if my family ever says, go ahead. If my family ever gives me the green light to tell these people who they really are, let me tell you something. And I don't say this to be braggadocious or conceited or arrogant. If I wanted to break you verbally, I could break you. Because like I said, I have insight. I have keen discernment. I know exactly where people are. I could go to the depths of your trauma and pull that bitch up and drop it in your lap. But I don't. I use my powers for good, not for evil. You see what I'm saying? But if ever I got the green light from my family to just tap into that dark side, because I got a dark side, to just tap into that evil villain, woo! The way I would destroy you would be. Look, I ain't gonna get into it because y'all gonna look at me different. All I'm saying is the person that y'all get now, the unsolicited truth y'all get now, is a tailor-made love, life, laughter type unsolicited truth. I've always been a very truthful person, but the type of truth I have now, it has positive intent behind it, has loving intent behind it. But if ever I needed to tap back into that person who could be truthful with the intent to hurt you, I could do that. And I would do that for my family. And
like disrespecting everybody lightly. I don't. And I'm just glad that I've grown so much.
Me too, girl.
Because if this was 2017 me.
Yeah, feel me.
Things would be a lot different. Things would be different. But the way that you're handling this, I'm proud of you. I'm sweating just fucking talking about this.
Yeah.
Me too. It's getting hot.
I know. I'm like, ugh.
Well, I will say that even though it's been a freaking horrible but also beautifully eye-opening experience, a huge thing I'm really happy about is how it's given me so much more time to focus on myself and even spend time with you. Where it's like, yeah, I know I haven't been like, here as much as like, say, the last time we had broken up. Remember, I was here every day.
We was
outside. And, you know, this time around, I just kind of wanted to make sure that I am like not avoiding the hard feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta deal with it.
Because I know I was definitely doing that the last time.
Yeah.
But I still
Which
feel
is why he
like
was able to
so
get back in.
grateful to be able to just spend more time with you and Josh and the kids and mom and
the
Easy.
people.
And like you guys have been so supportive.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and I think that that's like the most important thing for you to do right now is just be around people who are gonna pour into you.
That's it.
You know,
That's right.
and,
Refill
like,
that cup,
uplift
baby.
You. I'm really proud of you.
Her cup is empty right now, but in a good way.
I love you.
I love you. And we're gonna get through this and like life is gonna be better. I know it doesn't it feels heavy right now, but trust me, you're gonna be so much happier, you're gonna be better off. And listen, it's only up from here.
Amen to that. Amen to that, man. I have nothing else to add. I think I said everything I needed to in the beginning, and in the middle, and along the way. So I don't need to add anything else. All I want to say is, if you guys agree with me, if you disagree with me, keep it respectful in the comments, and respect each other in the comments. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? All right, Solicit Nation. If you guys enjoyed this reaction as much as I did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Don't be afraid to share. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload. And if you've been here before, then you already know I gotta hit y'all with the deuces.
People are crazy. People are crazy. People are crazy.